Hello guys and gals, I'm Texas Warrior, back at you again with another Clash Royale video, and today I'm doing something a little different. So, today, I'm starting a new little series for myself. We're going to go over my clan, and their ability in Clan Wars. So, we're just going to come over here to war, and we're going to watch Stunner first. We're going to watch both his videos. We're going to give him a little bit of feedback on what he could have done better. So, let's start by examining his deck. So he has Mega Knight, Snowball. Already I'm a little bit confused since we have Fireball, Zap, Log in our card pool on why he went with Snowball for it, but I'm just going to take this one step at a time. Yeah, let's say go with a wizard. Well, okay, I'm just gonna take it on. Why is Giant Skeleton and Mega Knight in the same deck? Next question. You only really need to run one tank. This is where that Zap would come into play that I was talking about a second ago, and he is running Zap. Why is he not running Fireball or any heavy spell? Gets lucky his opponent doesn't have enough elixir for arrows. I don't get it. Why are you running... Like, I'm okay with, like, the Log, Zap, Wizard. I'm just not okay with Snowball and Giant Skeleton. I think that maybe he should have had, like, a Musketeer or Electro Wizard and a Fireball instead. Like, I think it would have worked out pretty well for him. So here I'm, like, he knows he has the poison, so he shouldn't be placing a wizard behind the tower, like, ever anymore, because he doesn't, like, that's his only target that really can get value off of from poisoning, besides his skeleton army. But, I mean, at the same time, his deck's a little bit weak. So, I mean, he kind of needs that skeleton army to clear up the hog and anything else. So, I mean, the poison's okay to get rid of on the wizard, but it does make some weaknesses in his deck because his opponent does have poison and arrows. And I just think that if he had a musketeer or something like that, it would do a lot better. Also, we have Royal Giant in our card pool. Oh, that placement on the bomber. Oh, that's just depressing. And it's going to completely die from that. Oh, good play by the opponent to pull that Giant Skeleton back. That was a bad zap. He's going to be punished for it with the minions here. It's going to burn that Mega Knight alive. And now he has a minions Hog Rider coming down the lane. He can just poison it out. And it should be able to kill this wizard. And he's going to take a lot of chip damage. Bad placement on the bomber. He saw the poison was down. He should have put a tile out from the poison. You know he has Inferno Tower. Why are you doing that? You know he has Inferno Tower Knight. Like, that's just really, really poor. Like, at this point, he's just going to poison and hog cycle you. That's going to be game right there with that poison. That's game one. I think, like, for starters, his deck wasn't where it needed to be. He definitely needed a few more support cards, like Musketeer and other, like, here's our war cards. Like, here's the deck I use. This is Royal Giant deck. It was play Royal Giant, win. Because Royal Giant did just get buffed and has that 5-tile radius now instead of the 6.5. And it does a lot of damage. And it's a more defensive style deck with a Knight to leash and kite enemies. And I don't know. I think he could have done, like, Mega Knight, Giant Skeleton, Royal Giant, or Giant and been fine. Just not putting both in the same deck. Plus, he could have had Musketeer, As I said, the fireball instead as well. Or even could have went magic archer and been fine. I just think that for his deck, he is a little bit weak. And his plays weren't too great either. So we're going to go to a second War Day battle. And obviously he's playing the same deck. Now, which is a little unfortunate because you'd think that, okay, I just lost my War Day battle. I'm going to try a different deck now because obviously this didn't work. But I guess he's a little hard-headed. I mean, he did put in an E-Wiz. So, I mean, it's a little different. But he's still going with that. So, Giant Skelton just short of the tower. Still has Wizard in his card pool. I don't know what to do here. I'd probably just hold off or Scar me in the back, split it, but it doesn't do that. So it appears he took out the giant snowball for the E-Wiz, unless I'm... Yep. So he did do something that I was wanting to do, which was take out the giant snowball and get another support card in. However, he didn't go with Fireball, which really disappoints me because it's super strong in Clan Wars because of the heavy to mid-range spells. Especially if you have them a level up, like on any of their units, you can get a 4 elixir for 5 elixir trade or 4 for 4 pretty easily and consistently, and potentially even more value from it. So I am glad that he did put the E-Wiz in instead of the snowball. I just really wish he had put in Fireball in and taken out one of the 2 tanks. I just don't feel like it's gonna quite be what he wants it to be. So I'm going to fast forward this since we know what's going on here. I think the Giant Skeleton here is fine. Definitely should not have played the Mega Knight there, in my opinion. But that's also because playing against P.E.K.K.A, you'd want to set up the E-Wiz, set up a Wizard, set up things to kill it, and defend from there. Late placement on that Giant Skeleton, and that was a lot to go on. But here, we're going to take it back to 1 now. And unfortunately, it seems that he does make this Giant Skeleton get there. I probably shouldn't have put it to 2 times because things are getting a little bit crazy with double elixir. So that was a good Mega Knight since the LJ started to come down the lane. Otherwise, I typically wouldn't have played the Mega Knight there. It just so happened to be good timing. Right here, I'd probably set up with a E-Wiz, but he's going in with the Skeleton Army. And luckily, that snowball was out of cycle for just long enough for them to do a lot of damage to that P.E.K.K.A. And now it's going to die, and he's still going to have the Mega Knight up. And right now, he is in a very good position. And odds are that Giant Skeleton will be getting to the tower, and that will sum up this game. I think there's a few things he could have done better there, but as you can see, he's able to pick up the win. I don't think that a lot of his plays were very good, especially since I know he's bad at counting card cycle, but, you know, it worked out. So we're going to go to war again. We're going to watch Dark Magician Girl. So, Giant Skeleton, Wizard, E-Wiz, Zap Log. So far, I don't mind it, the deck. I'd probably start with, like, I don't know, I think I'd start with the Giant Skeleton in the back, honestly. Only because I'm a more aggressive player than most people. I definitely would not have wasted my Zap. I don't like that placement. It gives your opponent too much time to react, and you not enough time to get Elixir back. I really don't like the Wizard here. It's this is far too aggressive. Like, if they drop the Valkyrie right down on your Wizard, you are done for. Luckily, they did misplay a little bit, playing the Giant, and you're able to get a decent push here now. There's the Valky. A little bit late, since that Musketeer was able to get a few shots off. Knight's going to get 1 hit on late deployment, too. I'd start with Magic Archer. Like, deck-wise, this isn't horrible. Like, I could see myself using this, but with the card pool we had, I feel like there's a few better choices. I'm still really bothered by the fact that we don't have a fireball in this deck, because I feel like a heavy spell is typically very important to War Day, because you're able just to get so much value from it. Honestly, that play there to zap the archers I like as well, because it sets up the giant skeleton to just get in there with that magic archer. I don't know why the opponent isn't playing anything. Like, you have a Valky value by putting that on the magic archer. But I think that's just going to be them giving up, and that's going to be game. Let me just fast forward. Yeah, that's game. Overall, decent plays. A few things they could do better, like placing the giant skeleton behind the king tower so you have more time to gain up the elixir. I definitely think, not knowing what your opponent's playing, that wizard right behind the giant skeleton was really bad, because if they'd let it come across the bridge and then drop that Valkyrie they had, I really don't think there was a chance you could win that game if they played decently. And finally, we're going to go back to war one more time, and we're going to come down here and we're going to check out MrNoobski and see what we can say about this. So already, I really like his deck, minus the Skeleton Army. Skeleton Army, like, I understand, like, can be really strong, but we're not playing Zap Bait. We don't have answers to Log, Zap, Poison, Snowball. Like, we just don't have that in Clan War. We don't have the ability to bait all of those out. So I think that's a bad play. I also think the Royal Giant at the Bridge is an extremely bad play given the circumstances. Because you don't know what they're playing, and typically you'd want to build up elixir. Also, now that I see more of his deck, I really don't like the Mega Knight. I really don't like the fact that he's running 2 tanks. Like, most situations that is typically bad. Also, no fireball. And did I see a zap? I don't recall, but I'll find out here in a second what he had. He's hovering over the Skeleton Army. I'd probably play the Skeleton Army on the Princess, but they'd also just get zapped. I don't really like the Wizard. I think I will play the Musketeer instead. I know for a fact playing the Mega Knight at the Bridge is really, really bad. You know they have a P.E.K.K.A. Like, that is the worst possible play you could do right there. And you know they have Zap and Tornado, so you can't play that Skeleton Army. Luckily, they do miss part of the Zap. So he has a Log, no heavy spell yet again. I don't really, like, Zap's just, if you have Zap leveled, Zap's just better than Log in every way. In most decks. Especially for Clan War. And here, I just don't think that there's a way you can stop this. Like, I'm just going to fast forward this because I don't know. Like, everything about this is just bad. Like, playing their RG at the bridge there. Absolutely awful decision. You need to play the Wizard in the back. Here with your... You need to wait till the archers targeted your tower. Play the Wizard in the middle. Had it wipe out the archers, wipe out the Mega Minion, and then go to town on the Mega Knight. And then you needed to place the RG at the bridge. But here, he's just able to tornado it and just able to lock you out of the game with that P.E.K.K.A. I think this was a very winnable matchup had he played halfway competently. Like, don't slam things into a P.E.K.K.A. You will lose every time. Like, especially don't play a 7-mana card into a P.E.K.K.A. because then it's going to be impossible to defend. Fast forward because, yeah. Anyways, that's been it. That's been my thoughts on 3 people from my Clan War that have given me permission to talk about them and give my feedback on their plays. Anyways, as always, I'm Texas Warrior, and if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.